Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of Crate Expectations. If you have not watched part one, I'm sorry, you did it, and I was like, why are you throwing up the peace sign?
Peace in our lifetime.
Oh man. If you haven't watched part one, you should just go to Zara's channel and watch it. There's no peace signs to be found. There's plenty to talk about. Oh man. Um yeah, and then just come back here or stay here for shenanigans first, because apparently we're just diving right in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Gosh. I love how much it threw you off. You're just like, you can't stop laughing. It's not even that funny. You just, it messed with you. That's good.
The peace sign of all things. Like, okay.
Is there
Anyway,
a war sign?
I don't know. I'm just like thinking you need like tie-dye bell bottoms and
I'm wearing them. Just can't see them right now.
ah, okay. Let's do some viewer questions before we really derail ourselves here. Uh, More so than usual. Um, so
It's gonna take some doing.
yeah, yeah. Okay, Dark Side was asking, uh, so he says, I'm sure I'm missing something, but why are you supposed to pass the turn to the character with the most turn meter? Personally, I feel like you should pass it to the character with the least amount to get more turns.
Okay, I have a really solid answer for this, but I'm curious what you think. Do you
Um,
understand?
so I'm curious if this is in regards to a specific character or team, because he didn't say. Um, but my immediate thought on this was, is it passing turn or is it swapping turn meter? Because if you're swapping turn meter, you would want to give it to the person with the most turn meter so that that character that swapped the turn meter in the first place gets to take another turn as soon as possible and like have that cooldown taken back so you can just keep swapping around as much as possible.
Yep,
Um,
that's
but
exactly it.
okay, cool.
Yeah, tons of characters swap turn meter more than hand a turn to them. So
Hmm.
there are instances. So like you can so like cat swaps turn meter for
Right.
instance. So you want to go again. So you choose the character who's the closest in turn meter to you or to go taking a turn. So they take a turn. But then you have 100% turn meter when you're swapping it to someone, so they get 100% and you get whatever they have. So if they're at like 96%, that
Hmm.
character you get 96%. So the chance of being able to hand them a turn, they go, and then you go again is really good, and that burns your cooldowns. Like it decreases your cooldowns by passing that turn.
Hmm.
So like Jedi Revan wants to do that, Thrawn wants to do that, Mace with his Zeta, with other Galactic Republic, hitting the Shatterpoint or whatever character wants to do it.
Hmm.
There's a plenty of them, but then you have like Jedi Cal, who when he does his pass the turn ability, it's just literally give them a bonus turn. In which case
Right.
you do want to give a character with low turn meter that, because he doesn't gain anything from it. He's just giving them a turn. Period.
Right. Right. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, you got it.
Straightforward.
Nailed
Cool.
it.
Nailed it. Um, I only I will say the only reason why I think of passing the turn in this regard is for conquest. But moving on.
So here's something that I kind of just I don't know. So something that you can space on, I guess. That's kind of trivia. I'm not trying to trap you here, but do you know what the difference between Hux and First Order Officer is in that regard?
A passing turn meter.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
Um, so does Hux swap and first order officer just gives them 100%? Like he like pushes their turn meter up all the way?
So First Order Officer does hand 100% turn meter. Hux gives a bonus turn.
Mm.
Neither of them swap. I was just curious. I'm not trying to. It was just something I had to remind myself because I tried it in Conquest. The reason I thought of it was because of Conquest. I was trying it on my little account because you have to use First Order to kill all the teams, right?
Hmm.
And so I was using Supreme Leader Kylo, and I tried to pass the turn with or against a First Order team. I was using Kylo, and I tried to pass the turn with First
Uh,
Order Officer, and nothing happened because
because
it's
Hux
turn
was
meter.
there.
Yeah, exactly. But then
Mm.
Hux handed a turn, and and uh,
Yeah.
magically I got it because it's a bonus turn.
Mm. That's important. No, I always remember it because there was that feat we had a while ago where we had to do fracture however many times.
Yep.
So with Thrawn, I was always passing the turn to whoever had the most turn meter because I wanted Thrawn to constantly be
Yep.
cooling down. Yeah.
Cycle through his cooldowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Thrawn lead is so cool. Is because you
Yeah.
can cycle through so much because he gets a half step turn as well in there with his special ability. That's what made Thridian so fun, man. You got to cycle through your turns so quick.
Man.
I miss that team.
Okay. Next question. Bacon 575. Since we have so many iconic characters that were marquees or otherwise acquired in game, how would you feel about elevating some current in-game characters to Galactic Legend status? So, for example, Darth Vader, Yoda, Han Solo, etc. They could have requirements needed to upgrade them and unlock an ultimate or new tiers of abilities.
Gosh. So like they come out with this update. Maybe they give us warning, maybe not. But suddenly, people who have a full, decked out account, that they suddenly, instead of having 8 Galactic Legends, they have 12 or
Right,
something.
right.
I I don't like it, frankly. I think
I
that doesn't give people. I don't know. Like that just it rewards people so just randomly. So people are like, I don't know. I just never cared about working on Darth Vader, so now I don't have a Galactic Legend.
I just don't know. Like I kind of am intrigued by the idea because I feel like there are characters that should probably be Galactic Legend status. Like
Yeah,
Darth Vader should be a Galactic Legend, not Lord Vader.
yeah. Well, even
Um,
if I'd be fine with both. I don't really care. Like,
totally. It's and
um,
it's I feel like it's kind of a CG has sort of painted themselves into this corner of GLs where how do you release them now? Um, for these characters that are basically they're already in game that should be GLs. Like what are you can't really do anything with them now. So I can kind of see the idea behind this,
yep.
but I agree with you that I don't know how it would work realistically.
Well, like they're just Galactic Legends that you can just farm their shards, I guess. Because if they're already pre-existing characters that are marquees or legendary, I mean, if they're legendaries, then you have to farm their requirements. But
But
I
then
don't, I just
so,
don't know how it would work.
so let's use Darth Vader as the example. And you get Darth Vader, you already have him, he's relic 8 on your account, whatever. And cool. Now he's a GL. You log in tomorrow and he's a GL. And you can farm tickets to get his brand new ultimate ability, Merciless Massacre times 2. And uh
Merciless massacre. That's the least merciful.
mostly massacres. Um if you are in a situation where you've picked up the game a month ago and you bought the hyperdrive bundle and you're working on this, how do you get to Darth Vader in that regard?
Right.
Is it just getting the shards and then
Exactly.
you're set? Like I feel like there's going to be two sides to it because you have people that already have it and you have people that don't. And you have
You know
people
what?
that have him and just haven't geared him or relicked him.
You know what I might be okay with is if they just introduced a couple characters that were more. I mean, they could do it with Darth Vader or something because he's kind of like the new player character, anyways. Like the new player experience, like one of the things you keep getting is you keep unlocking these little feats
Yeah.
throughout the like achievements and stuff, and you get like 2 Vader shards every
Yeah.
time or 5 Vader shards, and you're just slowly unlocking him, and you'll get there eventually.
Hmm.
And you get shards of him all the time. I wouldn't hate the idea of giving us like a half step galactic legend that new players just have. That it's good. Everyone loves that character. Like Darth
Hmm.
Vader would be a good target. Like give him a makeover, a rework to make him even more stronger. Don't make him as strong as Galactic Legends, but make him, I don't know, make him like as good as a really strong conquest or legendary.
Yeah.
Make him and just make him farmable so that and make his gear requirements really low, so everyone gets one like partially overpowered character to start with,
Hmm.
so that they can actually have something that could challenge Galactic Legends and stuff.
I think that would actually be a really good idea to keep newer players invested in the game.
That's something that I haven't played Raid Shadow Legends, so I don't know exactly. But like one of the things that they always they're like, if you start now, you get this legendary or epic or mythic. I don't know, but like if you
Right.
start now, new players get this exclusive offer for like a free, you know, epic character. And maybe I don't know what their scale is. I don't know if they have Galactic Legend level power characters compared to the rest of their roster. I don't know how that works, but I like that piece of marketing. I'm always like, if I did start Raid Shadow Legends, I'd probably try to start at a point
Hmm.
where like they were offering something like that, so that I'd have something strong to start with.
Yeah. Absolutely. That makes sense.
Oh.
Um, okay. Last question, and then we will go to the game. Nom Carver was asking, as somebody who will be unlocking Galactic Legend Leia soon, how are you feeling about her and her team without the Datacron? If she's going to function more as an offensive GL now, is Relic 9 as necessary as it was? If not for PvP, does Relic 9 still make sense for the raid? Would it still be worth putting Han and Chewie into that team and breaking up CLS? Obviously, it's hard to make a proper judgment call since we haven't had a chance to test her out in GAC or Territory Wars since the Datacron has expired.
Um, I mean, her Datacron was so important in GAC, at least, and
Yeah,
probably in Territory Wars as well.
yeah.
Well, Omicron, sorry, Datacron, whatever I said. Yeah, she. I'll say this: in fives, she gets absolutely butchered by so many stupid, easy teams. She just gets destroyed without that Kron, without
Hmm.
Drogon going first and doing all the cool stuff. She is just not. She's not the crazy defensive stalwart that we had, which
Yeah.
is what a lot of us have been saying to begin with. Like CG wasn't wrong; they just gave a Datacron that made her temporarily top tier defensively.
Right. She's gonna be offensive. I used her in Territory War, this last one where we didn't have a Kron. Um, it was fine. Like I used her on offense to go against a Ray squad, and it was fine. It still worked. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't as clean as it is with the Datacron,
Sure.
but it still worked. So fine. But yeah, that Datacron was definitely missed.
Absolutely. Her Datacron made it really good. I will say in threes, she's still gonna be good on defense, it looks like. I mean,
Hmm.
of course, if you use one of the good teams against her, like she's not gonna be as crazy unbeatable, like have to take Supreme Leader Kylo and Malicos and crew to all three of them. Like you can probably relax on that a little bit, but I saw a lot of people get a lot of holds in the first round this time with Leia on
With
defense
Leia.
because it's a galactic legend in threes. Like it's
Yeah.
a but you know, it's like a character who's as strong as two or three characters, and there's not as many characters to adapt to it, so
Mm-hmm.
it's just not going to be as many off meta counters. Yeah, it's she's great on offense. She seems like she'll be good on defense in threes as well, which is nice. I mean, that's nice to have that added functionality.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who would be her lifter unit if they decided to release it?
I feel like it would be C3PO or R2.
I mean, R2D2's already there though.
I know, but
Oh, maybe we get Trenchcoat Han.
oh, I don't know who they would give as a lifter unit for her otherwise. I feel like they're also trying to get away from like the lifter unit thing. I think they saw what they did with Cat.
I mean, they're releasing Bane. I I
That's
don't
true.
feel
That's
like they're
true. But I don't know.
they haven't released what's his name, Bib Fortuna yet. I feel like that's the obvious one for Jabba.
They're waiting.
He's waiting in the wings, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we got him this year.
I'm curious who they would give for Jedi Master Luke and who else? Kylo doesn't have one yet either, right?
Kylo, yeah, that would be a funny one. Like Snoke, maybe.
Right? Ugh.
Like a random Knight of Ren.
It would just be Snoke's upper torso.
Yeah, may as well, man.
Right?
Such an anticlimactic death. Snoke's clone from the tubes in episode 9.
Ugh. No, thank you.
Maybe you could have like that monkey character, the Smith, like the dark side Smith that you see for a few minutes in episode 9.
Mm,
He looks like a monkey, doesn't he?
he does. Ugh. I have no idea who you would do for him though, other than Snoke.
Yeah, he doesn't like anyone. He's just
But
kind of a
I
dick.
mean, I feel like
Petulant.
if Kylo doesn't have one yet, obviously he doesn't, then we don't need to worry about Leia's for a while.
Yeah, I was just random thought. You're right.
Okay.
She won't get one for a while. Kylo could use one.
Kylo could use one. All right. Those are all the questions.
All right, what are we gonna do now?
Um, you can pick. Do you want to review a character or do you want to look at the pack first?
Let's just do what we always do.
Take over the world?
I wish we did that more often.
Fine, let's do a
Whoa,
pack. Let's do a pack.
we're in the game. Madness. I think you passed
Did
it.
I pass it?
Probably.
PSA, your relic packs are still there.
Hey.
There it is. Okay, you're right. I did pass it. So,
Yeah, I like this one.
large galactic upgrade kit 4, which is this is $20 American. Like this is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people have actually. This is a common question for me. I've been asked this about 5 times. I think just this release.
Hmm.
Do you get every piece of gear in it, like all the things, or is it just one of those lottery packs where it's like, hey, you get one card gets you this or
Hmm.
this one, and I'll just say from experience, I bought it a few times. You get every single thing listed here, all the things.
Like this is crazy to me. Just the sheer amount of energy is wild.
This would be so nice if I was farming a galactic legend.
Yeah. This would be great if Keller and Beck had gone farmable this week. Just saying. Um, this is such a good deal. You get some crystals, you get a ton of gear, you get some Kairos,
Yeah, I'm not
you
often
get some
tempted.
mod stuff.
Oh yeah, it's good, man. Yeah, so the Omegas are really good for certain points in the game as well. Like
Yeah.
Prevail Man just needs all of this stuff, man. It's not often that I feel tempted to buy, like to spend money on my alts. Really, you
Hmm.
know, I'll do it occasionally, and of course I buy the Conquest packs, but. This is that I'm always tempted to buy this. Like my main account doesn't need it as much, but my alt could Either of them could really use a lot of this stuff. I mean, you even get 70 total Cairo tech on top
Yeah.
of it. Like,
I'm gonna buy
it's
this
just
tomorrow.
good. They don't have to brag.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna do it. Like,
Oh,
I
it's
think that's
awesome.
the first time we've reviewed a pack, and I've been like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this.
Yeah, except for the time that Ando talked you into getting.
Wailing for Cal.
Yeah,
Ando gave me FOMO.
he
Uh,
did. That was impressive.
oh man. Yeah, this is such a good deal. Such a good, like, just
If
man.
you're gonna spend $20 on the
Right.
game, this is a
Right.
good deal.
Yeah. So it's around for like another day and a little bit. 3 days.
Yeah, a day and a little bit.
Yeah. 3 days, day and a little bit. Depends what kind of bender you're on.
I don't have a response for that. Let's move on.
Ah, man, that doesn't happen very often. Let's go look at our character.
I mean, inwardly, I'm scoffing. So,
Uh, uh,
just kidding.
all right. So let's talk about Churret, because he has a
Ah,
Datacron,
Mr. Imwe.
which is apparently being investigated.
The thing that's being investigated for him is how fast he takes his first turn.
Ah, okay. Is that vital to his Datacron being so good?
No, his Datacron is really strong regardless. You don't need, like, his Datacron is just so, and that's the reason that we picked this. I mean, I kind of, Sarah, you were like, hey, what character? And I was like, we should do one that has something to do with the Datacron set, because a lot of people are paying a lot of attention to this current Datacron set.
Hmm.
And the Turret one is, in my opinion, one of the most interesting because of how hard he ramps his damage.
Right, because it's based off of, is it based off how many heal over times, or is it based off buffs in general? I can't remember.
Yeah, heals over time. But the
Yeah.
thing about it is he has a level 6 that he can roll
Hmm.
that lets you, every time a heal over time is dispelled, it just reapplies. It's like Darth Vader's
Dot.
dots.
Yeah.
Instead, they're hots. It's the hot squad.
The hot
Uh,
squad.
hot squad, yeah. But every time a heal over time is applied to someone,
Hmm.
then you get 10% extra offense on him and on Baze. And
Which
so
is
if someone dispels Churret without putting like buff immunity on him, and he already has like 10 heals over time, he'll just reapply all of those
right. And
for 100% more offense on himself and Baze.
right, because it's stacking,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah. It's complete, and if someone does manage to dispel all of them, it's not like the offense just goes away. It's not contingent on how many stacks there
right.
are. It's how many stacks have been generated.
Right. So doesn't do anything for you.
It is absolutely absurd to see him and Baze, like, so the really popular one to show off is against Lord Vader, because he'll do all those dots to you, and then Churret dispels all of them and turns them into heals over time.
Hmm.
And so you start one-shotting Riva instantly.
Which is just insane.
So like you take like a Saw team, for instance, and so Churret goes in, he one-shots someone. Baze is doing an AoE for 100,000 damage instantly, almost. And then Drogon, you're like, yes, Drogon's gonna go. Like he's my damage dealer, and he
Hmm.
just does like this little pittance of damage. He's like bloop, bloop, and then Churret's like, I'll show you how it's done. And he just destroys. Just like Lord Vader gets one shot for 2.5 million damage. It's ridiculous, man. It's so fun.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's the Datacron. How is he normally? What do you do with Churret? Not
Um,
much. It
uh,
looks like.
no, not. I mean, I stick him with Adrad. He's my fifth on my Adrad squad.
Oh, that's genius. That way you don't have to put a Datacron on the team.
Right. I can just continue to ignore it. Um,
Excellent.
no, but I stick him there. I usually put him there because I mean he's my fifth best one to go with Adrad. So he just lives there. But also he's just there to like cleanse and heal everybody up. Smack his stick around,
Yeah.
you know.
It's one of my favorite characters in Rogue One, the movie. Um, I will say this, and I know you're not a huge fan of Saw as of yet, but it's almost like Saw's kit was designed around what Chirrut does.
Um, I do want to gear Saw. Maybe that'll be my February project.
He's good. I mean, the Omicron on Saw is surprisingly strong. I just remember when he was first released, everyone was like, "Yeah, he sucks." Like the first time I fought a Saw squad, I just destroyed him. It was so easy, and he's not. If you put an Omicron on him, which I know it's a big ask for some people. Zetas, that might be a big ask for some people. You put a lot of relics on him, also a bit like it's kind of a luxury squad, but it is a very strong squad, and Chirrut adds to that. Like they're so damn resilient. That's the thing that kills you. Is like unless you use overwhelming force, the team just stays alive and stays alive and stays
Mm-hmm.
alive until suddenly you're just like, oh my gosh, like I did not realize so and so was so low on health. He's dead. Like your characters start dropping, and
Right.
there's been a few times that a Saw team has just blocked me from clear. I was like, oh, I only have to clear Saw, so I'll go clear the bottom zone first, and then I go up to the top to get to ships, and I just get stonewalled. I've had that
Because you
happen, I
can't
think,
get
two
through it.
different times. Yeah, it's a surprisingly strong team, and Chirrut, at least in fives, is a really strong addition to that.
Um, okay, so he obviously has his cleanse, which is his special, his
Yep.
first special. Um, oh, I didn't realize he also gave them tenacity out. Oh, if
Yeah.
you weren't debuffed. Interesting. Um, is there anything else in his kit that you can think of off the top of your head that makes them so strong? Like makes that Saw team so
Well, it's
ridiculous?
I mean, the Saw team really interacts with that, with a lot of health and
Mm-hmm.
the heal over time, and then like he has such good synergy with Baze and the
Mm-hmm.
ideal Saw team, which Baze suddenly after being out in this game for how old is the game? 8 years, and Baze
Yeah.
is like 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was always like, yeah, he's a cool pre-taunt or whatever, but like it suddenly he's in demand. He wants to be on. Everyone wants him on his team. Like
Mm-hmm.
Leia wants him. Saw wants him. There's a lot of different teams. Like Adrad is like, yeah, hell yeah, get over here. He's everyone wants Baze suddenly, and he and Chirrut have some really good synergy with
Yeah.
each other. Like that, I think that's the biggest thing. Like his two uniques deal with
Mm-hmm.
that, like with the counter, their ability to counter. Yeah, plus 17% counter chance and
Yeah.
health steal
What a
for each living enemy.
random thing. And then Baze also gets it, which makes sense. Um, okay, so here, gain heal over time for 2 turns whenever you're critically hit. That's gonna be crazy with his Datacron too.
Oh, it's totally bonkers,
Yeah.
man. It is like he just destroys people. It's like a non-crit 2.5 million damage is just like so mind-breaking. It's awesome. And
Um,
then if you look at Baze's kit, he also gives some things to Chirrut.
right. Um, this is okay, so this is interesting. So at the start of each turn, if Churret is alive, all allies with heal over time recover 4% of their max health.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of each turn. So if Lord Vader's taking a turn,
Yep.
you heal.
Yep.
Nice.
Though remember that's just health. It's
Yeah,
nothing about protection. But
right,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
right. But still,
No, it's still like if you're maxed out on health, then yeah, it just
you stay
it's a
maxed
fun.
out.
Yeah, well, and Saw has crazy strong regeneration for his team. That's the
Right.
most frustrating thing I've had. Like some of those fights, it's like Baze is in red, oh, he's suddenly full health and protection. What just happened? It's just so demoralized. It's like Night Sisters, where oh, there's only two of them left. I'm gonna win. Oh, there's five of them, and I'm dead.
What happened?
Yeah, like it.
Hmm.
It just that flip is so demoralizing and tilting. But yeah, Chirrut isn't. He's not a world beater on his own, but he has powerful friends, and he goes with Adrad with Saw now.
Yeah,
And now, yeah, he's cool, man, and he's really funny in Rogue One. So
he is a good character in Rogue One.
I watched like an interview with him and the actor who played Baze.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know what that guy's name is. This is Donnie Yen, is it? I think.
Okay.
Um, anyways, this was before the movie actually hit theaters, so they couldn't do spoilers. But I just, it was funny because they were like, yeah, it was like they were both laughing. They're like, yeah, it was a great experience to make this movie, and we'll see everyone in Rogue Two.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was really
Uh,
good.
that's a great thing to do, Frig.
Yeah, yeah, and like no one knew,
No
like
one knew what was going on.
no one had a clue that was like false for several reasons.
Oh man. Okay. Any other thoughts on Rogue One on Chirrut before we go roast to roster?
Um, I guess the one last thing I'll say is you don't expect him to hit as hard as he does. Also, he
Right.
should be a healer, but he's an attacker for some reason.
Yeah, that is strange. That's
Yeah,
weird. Okay.
yeah. Every once in a while, he'll just hit someone really hard. You're like, wow, that was crazy. And without the Datacron, even like
Right.
seems like every once in a while he'll just pull something out of his reserves and just destroy someone. It's fun,
Hmm.
but
All right.
it's not the reason you take. He's like Stick Ray in that regard. I guess
Right.
people with sticks like that. That's the
That's the
that's the
common.
moral. That's the moral we have to learn here. Like beware people with sticks.
Yeah. They'll beat the shit out of you.
They will.
Duh. All right. Let's roast roster.
Stick figures. Yeah.
Stick figures. Okay. Let me make sure I am typing in the right ally code. Because that could be
Gosh.
awkward.
I've been going through like my mom just like dropped off a bunch of my old schoolwork back in the day, and I was so so I'm just like going through it, and like I just want so badly for my old self to find stick figures because my attempts at drawing humans are
Hmm.
just so distorted and awful.
Oh, I never drew because of that reason.
Yeah, I was apparently just like I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's draw some humans. And my mom's like, is that what that is? Jeez.
Are you sure? Would
Like
you
the
like to
self
try again?
like the teachers at least in my school were obsessed with like self-portraits and like making us draw ourselves. And I'm like, that is not what I look like. I promise. Like no one looks like that. So, anyways, let's continue. So we've got. Oh, I like their guild name.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Disaster. That's a foreshadowing, folks, of what this
Hmm.
cluster of a roster is going to present for us.
It'll be fine.
It won't be, but let's continue.
They are 8.2 million GP.
Oh, and they're in Kyber 3. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Professor X is 7.2, but at Kyber 3, that's fine though.
Professor X is not. You mean Prevail Man?
Yeah, I get them mixed up apparently.
It's fine.
It's like my kids. I just use their names interchangeably, and they just know to. They're just like, we know what you meant, Dad.
It's fine. Okay, let's look at ships. Let's see here.
So they have Profundity
Mm-hmm.
and Executor, and that's it. All
That's
right.
it. Okay, so
Well, I
this
mean, they're
is
missing
very
others. They're
interesting.
they're missing Finalizer and Radis as well.
Yeah. And Levi Yeah, Leviathan. That's it, right? There's only 11. I ask this every week.
Yeah, I forget every week.
Yeah.
Do you ask that? Just kidding. All I remember is that you cheat at the 300
I
game.
don't
That's the only
cheat.
thing I remember about these rosterists.
Oh man.
All right,
Um,
let's see if they farmed their BS.
man. Okay, so, well, I guess not.
Off to a really weak.
Yikes.
Dude, Poe's ship is in the GW store. Like, there's not an excuse for not farming that, in my opinion.
That is yikes. Okay.
Um, I mean, a lot of these I'm like, well, that's a kind of okay, I guess, but
Oh, Battlebee is looking not
one
good.
of those stupid rosters. All right, it's like you question how they're even in Kyber 3.
Yeah.
They must have
Okay.
been on a crazy win streak to get that high.
Man,
Tyeshlon. But hey, you have a Relic 5 First Order officer. Did he buy the Kylo pack and just decide, like, he didn't
that's
want
what
to
I'm wondering. You
get
don't
Kylo?
have. Okay. He must have bought the Kylo pack because he's got Relic
Yeah.
5.
Why would he have those TIE pilots at Relic 5 unless he's stupid, which we can't rule that out. We really can't rule it out. But
He's
he's
got to
like,
have bought it.
but I mean, he has OG Kylo at Relic 5. I wonder if he was just like, oh, I get Kylo now. And he's just like pissed that he doesn't have Kylo. So he doesn't realize that he
Ah.
needs to farm Relic 7 on some characters.
Yikes. Okay. So we need finalizer. Did he, but he only bought the, like, it doesn't look like he didn't buy the resistance one. No,
No. No.
just Kylo. Okay.
But
Well,
he's like, I just wanted some First Order. Like, nothing.
you should
I didn't want to actually get Supreme Leader Kylo.
should make a mental note to go look at his first order. Okay.
We already saw it all.
I
It's the
know.
Relic 5.
Let's just see the datacrons here. All right.
That's probably why he's in Kyber 3, to be honest. He's actually got some good investment in
Yeah.
Datacrons.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the characters then. You ready?
Yeah, hold on. Your screen went stupid, so hold
Oh,
on a sec.
man.
All right, and the screen has unstupefied itself. So he's got 4 GLs, but first let's do the 300 game.
All right.
I don't think it'll ever beat. We had to play the 200 game in our last one. Gosh.
I think we peaked. Um,
Yeah,
okay.
there ain't nothing ever but gonna be better than that.
No.
So
That is a
we sort by speed and determine who's going where the 300 the last 300 speed character is.
yikes.
So far actually he has decent characters here. There's not the priority
Mm-hmm.
quite that I would give, but this is a respectable lineup, in fact. That this might be another reason he is
Right. Yeah.
in Kyber. Like that having good mods says a lot, honestly.
Okay.
About how much you like to waste your frickin' time. Does he
So,
really not have Dark Trooper Moff Gideon? Oh, he's just probably slow because we just have him sorted by.
right.
Okay,
We can
so
go look after.
okay,
Okay.
I don't know.
Um. Um. Okay.
Okay, so I know you already know which character
I
is
j-
300, but out of curiosity, which one will you choose today?
I will choose Thrawn.
Thrawn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna choose Dash.
Okay. So let's look at Dash then.
All right. You're probably closer to right. I hope you're not though.
Dash is 317.
All right. He's got some mods on him. I mean,
Okay.
317 isn't very fast, but that's fine.
Thrawn is 307.
Well, see, I just picked something at random. I was like, well,
Uh,
she already knew.
I don't know. See, Rex is 306.
You were just trying to give me a chance.
Totally. 306 on Eighth Brother, too. Wow.
All right, he's got some speed on him.
Okay, so what's Stark? 303. Wow.
It goes deep, man. I wouldn't make Stark that
That's what she
fast.
said. Watts 302? Holy. I feel a little bit mean.
It's because you are.
Okay, there we go. Skiff is 300.
You should have just clicked on him. You knew that it was him.
I did
So
not know it was him. Scout is 300.
you could have clicked on her as well. It's
Oh,
fine.
man. Okay, so it's Scout.
All right, so what's their number?
Okay. Not including GLs?
No, including them. I think that counts. So it's the
One,
rows of
two,
6. So 1, 2,
three,
3.
4, 5. 5 plus
So 31.
31. That's pretty good.
I mean, stop
Okay.
being nice, but yeah.
Sorry, I'll be more mean.
She said unconvincingly.
All right, let's unsort this. Did you want to see if he had Dark Trooper off Gideon? Is that what you were
Sure.
thinking?
I don't care. Sure.
You seemed to care. He does not.
Okay.
All right, fine. Um, you should be able to get Red Crate.
Yeah, if he has
I
four
guess.
GLs, it seems like that could be a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I wanted to see his first order. So it's just all Relic 5. No.
That's the dumbest shit I ever saw. Like
Just
crew's like, I'm Relic 5 with no Zetas.
just take him up a little bit and get Kylo. I don't get this. I guess, I mean, he's got to get Finalizer beforehand anyway, so.
Well, he could have unlocked Finalizer and had it 4 stars. Like he's
I
just
know.
being negligent.
I know. Um, pick a faction.
Oh, jeez, man. Oh, Mandalorian.
That's uh okay.
Relic 7 on ISC
Wow.
and Canderous. And Gar.
And Gar.
So he's running that team. Click on ISC or Gar. I'm curious to see if he's modded them with tenacity.
He's got a tenacity set.
Can you look at how much he has?
132.
I mean, that's not good, but okay. Like if you're guys, if you're
Gar.
gonna go with tenacity, like if you're like, oh yeah, I put tenacity on that character, like 122, like someone could so casually have like 80 potency, and then they get their debuff off on that character, 60% of the time.
Right.
Just like pretty much for your purposes, you just have to rely on it happening to you. Like either stack your tenacity so high that they have to have a ton of potency to counter it, or just ignore your tenacity and pray. Like, because that's what you're doing right now, anyways. You're still praying. Like, this is like you need full tenacity. Like that's what I always tell people. Tenacity, it's all in or nothing. Like just like a casual 120 is nothing. Like that's worse than nothing because you're wasting mod slots on stupid crap.
I will say, I feel like tenacity is one of those things that people just don't grasp fully in general. And that's not like a dig. It's just like it's one of those things that I think a lot of people think if you have over 100% tenacity, you're good.
Yeah, I mean the
And
count.
it's not.
Yeah, yeah. It's tenacity is all or nothing, man. Give it all, like someone with two tenacity crons, or sorry, mods on someone. I'm always like, what are you doing, man? Unless it doesn't matter. Unless it's like the only stat this person cares about is, protection.
Right.
It doesn't care about health or anything. Then you can have some tenacity there, whatever. Like, but unless it's filler, if someone's intentionally putting tenacity down because tenacity on their character, just do all in, man. That you need it all in, or just ignore it. So yeah, we can continue. Sorry.
I want to look at Yufu's.
Oh
man, no. Look at oh. I mean, I guess you're not really using Visa because you definitely don't have Star Killer.
Because you don't have Mara.
Yeah, just chilling at 5 stars. No Jedi Cal.
Do they have Malicos?
No Malicos.
What are they doing with Fulcrum? Oh, I guess Fulcrum with the Omicron. They're probably
for
just
territory war.
They're probably just in a guild that's small enough that territory war. They just. What did I say?
Yeah, you said territory war.
Oh, okay.
Man.
I guess they're probably facing opponents that they can solo things with Fulcrum still. That's cool. They don't have Riva either yet, though.
No.
Though I will just say, even though we're supposed to be mean here, I will say to their credit, they have all their characters Riva ready.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yep, they're going.
Whether they have the skill to actually beat that mission is another matter, but they do have the characters.
No Ben Solo either.
Dude, he's just like, no, I don't want to farm Mara Jade. Like,
Yikes.
Let's look at Empire real quick.
Okay.
What does Palpatine do on a roster that doesn't embrace Mara Jade? Like,
he just hangs out.
Let's give him a second Zeta. Like, let's just put all the Zetas on him for no reason. Like, what does he do? He just sits there.
I mean, I just find Imperial Probe Droid to be funny here. It's just like,
yeah, he's just
level
like,
1.
Meh, I'm part of this faction too. Director Krennic's like, I have an Omicron, dude. I'm an Omicron, bitches.
Oh man.
Yeah. Go Krennic. I bet he gets so many holds. Oh, that's why he has Death Trooper geared. That makes sense now.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Okay, pick one more. Actually, let's do this. We'll flip it.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Oh man, look at Vandor.
Vandor Chewie right next to Sad Talon.
Oh man.
Echo and Hondo. That whole row is a row of pain, man.
Wow.
Like, I don't care about Grogu. Screw that
but
pointy ear.
Still.
Dude. But yeah, that whole rest of the row, I'm like, even if you're not working on Bad Batch itself, like Echo and Tech can find so many uses. Oh man. They didn't even farm him. He's like,
look at L3.
Resistance Hero Finn isn't even farmed. He's just like, yeah, just chill out.
But he's level 51. Resistance Hero Poe is just level 1.
But he's 7 stars, so that makes up for it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No. Oh, man. Merrin. Dude.
Merrin.
She's so good, man. She makes that faction so good. It's obnoxious.
T3. Just, can we go look at his Jedi? I guess you don't need T3.
Scion's like, I'm sad. We're like, shut it, Scion.
Kira's not farmed. Man.
He's like, I'm a firm believer in not farming. I have this really good strategy called not farming.
Not
farming. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I gotta look at Jedi because now I'm curious.
All right. I'm getting ready for me to just hang up. Where's Jedi Revan?
He doesn't have Jedi Revan. Does he not have? Does he have Darth? There's Malgus. There's no
Oh,
Malik.
there's a Gear 12, no Zeta, Darth Revan. Look at Nihilus, Gear 8.
Oh man. Look at Scion.
I
This
already said Scion before. Yeah, he's sad. He has one piece of gear at least. Hey, hey, look at that. Hey, click into his. Oh, I bet you can't see what gear he can apply, but
no.
I bet that's the gear at the bottom level is always like +3 agility. It's like, oh, cool.
Uh
I see no reason why we should continue this farce. You have 3 seconds to say goodbye.
Goodbye.